Welcome to the heavy side of Nashville. DJ Fish, definitely swimming in the electric fishbowl outside Music City. New Year's Eve 2018, the last show of the year, and I couldn't find a better way to spend it than with my wife engineering, thank you, Mary, and my best friend on the phone who is also celebrating a birthday. What is up, Kirk?
Hello, Larry.
Yeah.
Mr. Fishman.
Are we
How's
on
it
the
going?
Are we on the 3 second delay? 1, 2. I asked you a question. So are we on a 3 second satellite delay?
Are we on the 3 second satellite? I guess in case any inadvertent words may slip out, they can be quickly edited before they actually hit the mainframe. Is that correct?
Yeah. Kurt, you and I have been friends a long time. You've been on my other show that we do on One Big One, but this is your first time appearing on the heavy side of Nashville, and we're just going to have some fun. Well, happy birthday to you, first off. How does it feel to be a year into the Big 5-0? Or are you 2 in?
Yeah, I am
second
officially
anniversary
into the second half of my first century.
Oh, there it is.
At age 51.
Yeah. First anniversary of your 50th birthday. Well, happy birthday to you, and hope we can spend 50 more together. That'd be pretty good, because you and I have been friends. I mean, it's got to be 35 years. I don't know. Can you do the math? How long we've been?
I'm going back to age 12. Let's see, when I was 19, that was 32 years ago. So we back up the truck 5 years from there, and that's 37 years
37.
Right there.
That's a long time. It's a special. Not many people can say that, man. And you and I love music. You are a musician, and I'm going to put you on the spot, brother. I would love to see you in 2019 be playing music somewhere in front of somebody. You think that's possible?
Yep. The things that I am doing now in my life, I'm living a sober life. I've given up all the bad habits, the drinking and all the other nonsense. I'm living one day at a time. Been attending a lot of meeting with cool people, and I'm just talking to people on the program and see how blessed they are. Just after 1-2 years of sobriety, the doors that God opens, when you start putting your life back together.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to some good, positive things happening in this year in regards to everything, in particular with music.
Kirk,
I definitely.
Your piano playing is extraordinary, to say the least. And it would be great for you to contribute to that realm of metal that you like so much, like power metal. Tonight we're going to go over some of the cool albums that we enjoyed in 2018 that were released. We're also going to, of course, play local Nashville metal. We'll have the update from Nashville March. Evan Hensley gives you the rock and roll forecast for this week, or the first week of 2019. But before we get into that, what... you were trained originally, was it piano first or violin first?
I took my first piano lesson at age 5. I wasn't introduced to the violin until I was 7. So the piano did come first.
Yeah. Is that the case, you think, with a lot of musicians? If you learn piano first, you can go on to other instruments easily?
The piano, I would refer to it as a foundational instrument, because when if you, especially in learning to read sheet music, you have to negotiate not just the treble clef, but also the bass clef and the coordination between the hands. And yes, I think it's easier to pick up an instrument, like let's say a guitar, and because you have a basic idea in your head about the notation, the ordering of the notes and the flats and sharps and all that stuff, and it's just a matter of reorienting yourself to the fingering, the chords and all that stuff like you have on the guitar. And Then, of course, if you learn a stringed instrument like the violin, I think you're even that much more ahead as far as being able to transfer, you know, a bass guitar or a regular acoustic, whatever, because every string instrument is based in spaces of fifths. All your instruments are tuned in fifths. It doesn't matter if you're on a double bass, a viola, a guitar. It's all based on the same principle. It's just that your fingering is a little bit different, you know, depending on the instrument. Your spacing. For example, on a bass, your spacing is going to be a lot wider than it is on a violin because you have a much larger fretboard, and you also have to push down a whole lot harder on those big thick strings. But anyhow, I guess I've rambled on enough about all that.
Well, that was a very nice and detailed answer. I must say, you know, it would be really cool if you and Steve Casto could jam together and talk music, because Steve is a very technical bass player as well. Like the way you're describing the instrument, how you play it, and your approach, you guys are very similar. And Steve Casto, of course, is in Deadwatt, iDragon Eye, and next trip up to Nashville, a jam session must take place. What do you know? But let's talk about some of the stuff of 2018. You picked a band that's, of course, not from Nashville. I don't even think they're from the United States. What band is it? And is this off a new album that came out this year?
The name of the band is called Hemina, and I can't tell you exactly if it's their most recent album or the one that came out before. They have, if I'm correct, I think they have like 4 or 5 albums that they put out, and they're a newer band. The most recent one I think just came out in 2017.
And you discovered them on iHeartRadio on a European metal station, didn't you?
I was on TuneIn Radio, and I remember just typing in a search for progressive metal, and I came up with this. It's called Radio Caprice, based out of Russia. And within that one app, within the app or whatever you want to call it, I opened it up, and they have probably 30 or 40 subgenres of music, everything from classical to jazz to doom metal, power metal, death metal, country, bluegrass, you name it, they got it. And it's it's everything that you hear. You're going to hear some stuff from the U.S., but you're going to hear a lot of stuff that's for European and so forth. You'll hear a lot of music that you would never ever be exposed to otherwise.
That is
the when
awesomeness.
You're playing, the name of the band will pop up on the screen sometimes in the song. And so what I would do, I hear a band I really like, I'd just snap a screenshot, and then I'll go back later on and look them up on YouTube, and just play some of their songs or whatever. And that one song that I heard really grabbed me, and then I'll listen to a couple others, and then it's like, wow, I think these guys are awesome. Next thing you know, I've got them in my playlist.
Well, check them out. We've been playing a little music bed here. We feature on this podcast all independent bands that have given us permission to record and let them download, but these, of course, are signed bands, so we're playing samples under the Fair Use Act and reviewing them. So check out Hemina, Himina.
H-E-M. H-E-M-I-N-A.
Very good. Good catch. Hemina, and on YouTube you won't be able to miss it. Progressive metal. I'll tell you what, 2 albums that I really enjoyed this year. You're familiar with Parkway Drive, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jake had me soaking them a few times when I was up there. Pretty good band.
Yeah, this year they came out with another album, and some of the ones that are into the metalcore, they're a metalcore band, and from Australia, actually New South Wales. I've seen them twice now, and live, they're right up there with the likeness of Disturbed, and as far as I'm concerned, and how they perform a live show. And this album called Reverence this year, it's kind of, if you really listen to the entire thing, I would call it a kind of a concept album focused on each of the band members had lost someone close to them, some of them mutual friends, and about death and about loss, some to addiction, some to suicide, some to sickness. And each song, in a strange way, kind of picks apart the different phases of grief and death. But what an album. Make sure you check out Parkway Drive. And I'll tell you, I went to go see him this summer, and my son Jake was supposed to go with me, Kirk, and he ended up needing surgery about 2 days before the concert. So I sadly,
Wow.
yeah, I went by myself, and it just felt awful. I wanted him there. I mean, it was him that turned me on to Parkway Drive, as it is. So I went up to the merch guy, bought some merch for him, and told them that about my son unable to be there because he was sick, and was there any way just to get his signature on a piece of garb? And I ended up getting a signed set list to Jake, and as well as a wall hanger, like a tapestry from the band once he heard that he was sick, and like Catch You Next Time, and really lifted Jake's spirits. And when a band is like that, that really cares about the people that are showing up and listening to their music, buying their stuff, it makes them even cooler to me. So shout out, great album this year by Parkway Drive. And secondly, Disturbed. You're familiar with them?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Have you heard the new album Evolution this year?
I have not yet had that cross my taste buds.
Well, you should check it out, because they did, and I think they titled the album correctly, because they definitely have evolved. A different sound for them, a different approach for them, not only lyrically and content, but vocally. And a lot of critics, there's people either love or hate Disturbed. And the ones that love them, they got a little bite back, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Check them out. If you're listening to this podcast, you're savvy enough to find them on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all that stuff. And go out, support these bands, check them out. But those are my two picks of 2018. Enjoyed them thoroughly. What do you say we jump in and play? We're going to play a band that's they're playing this weekend, as a matter of fact, with Dark Hound, called the East Side Gamblers. Kirk, check this out. Nice bluesy rock band. Right after we play the East Side Gamblers, we're going to have Evan Hensley of Nashville March come out and give us the update for the first week of 2019 here in Music City. Here it is, East Side Gamblers, The Getaway.
All right.
Seem to win, but I got nothing left to lose. Hey everybody, this is Evan with Nashville March, here with your weekly rock and metal forecast. So, first week of January 2019, the first week of 2019 coming up. Taking us into that week, December 31st, we've got the Dead Deads with Slider and the Obamas at the Basement. That's for the New Year's Eve Abduction 2. That's going to be super awesome. Don't miss that. I know there's a lot going on New Year's Eve, but that's going to be a great one. Later in the week, January 4th, Friday, a night at the Mips Queen Tribute at the Basement East. And then on Saturday, January 5th, we've got American Goon with Indianola and Brandy Sedan, I hope I'm saying that right, at the Basement. There's also Eastside Gamblers with Defense Wins Championships at the Hiwatt, great show. And then, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Voodoo Prophet with 3 Minutes to Live, Generation Down, and of course my very own band Darkhound at Basement East, also on January 5th next Saturday. So got a big Saturday coming up, got a big rock week coming up. I hope everybody has a great start to 2019, and back to you, Fish.
Kicking it off with The Getaway by the Eastside Gamblers, and thank you, Evan Hensley of Nashville March. Of course, the Eastside Gamblers playing this Saturday at the Hiwatt, December 5th, 2019 in Nashville, Tennessee. If you're in the area, get out to that show. And if not, head over to Darkhound and another band we're going to play a little bit later in the show, Kirk, called 3 Minutes to Live. And I was wondering if you got a big brown box turtle for your birthday.
Brother, it was bodacious. I got a box turtle that came with a boogie board and a bottle of Bud on the back. For business. A business. It's a business that got Bill busted. He's now behind bars for embezzlement and box turtle bashing.
Bodacious.
Bob actually would take the newborn box turtles and he'd soak their butt in bleach and he'd beat their beak with a baseball bat till they're bloody.
That's BS.
Bob is busted. Behind Bob, Brenda is left with a black Buick with a burnt hole in the back seat and bald Bridgestones and a blown out brake line. That's bad, brother. That's bad business.
Like the time that, but oh, there's a but.
While Bill was bicycling in Boston, he was banished because he was badgering a bear after it bounced out of the bushes and bit him in the buttocks.
With his bicuspids, I believe.
God, the bicuspids actually broke through his bicycle seat. But thank God Bill had Band-Aids and Budweiser.
Yeah, always. Like the time Tom took 2 turkeys. Where'd he take them? Where'd he take those 2 turkeys to?
He took them from Tennessee, Tennessee, on a transatlantic flight.
And what took place?
TWA.
On a Tuesday.
Now, and he wound up taking a train, and this is terrific. On top of the train, there's this tramp, Tina, trying to teach a 2-ton toad to tap dance. This train almost tipped in the tunnel. And on the Tennessee Turnpike, Tom didn't have a token. So
he took one?
He just topped the toilet seat at the toll taker, and he was overtaken by 222 Tennessee troopers.
Oh, that'll make it topsy-turvy. Kirk, you and I have been doing alliterations for I don't know how many years, probably 37, but there it is. Brother, happy birthday to you. Thanks for your album review. I love you. I can't wait to see you again. Congrats on your progress and your newfound life, and we'll talk real soon. What do you say we play 3 Minutes to Live? That sound good to you?
Sounds awesome, man.
DJ Fish in the heavy side of Nashville. Here it is, 3 minutes to live this place.
Why is it I cannot say? Hold on to this fragility. I have somehow lost my way. Cannot escape this eternal pain. Wondering what will be my fate. Can't be surrounded by the dead. Figure out before it's too late. No, please don't leave me here in this place. Barely holding on to this. Don't let the darkness take me. No, please don't leave me here in this place. Barely holding on to this. Don't let the darkness take me. So the wolves come to play. Can't see the answer in front of me. Do their best to make me stay. Edging me out of eternity. Don't know which path to take. Can't see the truth, too much is said. All it takes is one mistake. No, please don't leave me here in this place. Barely holding on to this. Don't let the darkness take me. No, please don't leave me here in this place. Barely holding on to this. Don't let the darkness take me. All these lights, they hold on these lights. They hold on real tight. As if they were safety lights. I have to kill this sickness. I cannot take this anymore. The world will be my witness. So sick of feeling like a hog. No longer loaded like clay. My former shadow I was red. Only one thing left to pay. No, please don't leave me here in this place. Barely holding on to this. Don't let the darkness take me. No, please don't leave me here in this place. Barely holding on to this. Don't let the darkness take me.
There it is, This Place by the band 3 Minutes to Live. They will be playing, of course, this Saturday with Dark Hound. Kind of a short session today, this New Year's Eve 2018, part 2, the show of Brandon. It's coming real soon. I'll tell you, I have been so busy. I have done about 10 parties in the last 2 weeks and getting ready to go head off to my last one of the year and officially tonight announcing my retirement as a club DJ. I might do some weddings and maybe a couple corporate gigs, but life is going in a new direction, and 28 years of entertaining people. It's been fun. Fun isn't even the right word, but it's been quite an experience, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. I've made a living at it, and so duty calls. It's time to pack up, get ready for New Year's Eve 2018. Stay tuned to the heavy side of Nashville. A lot of great things coming up in 2019. Would love you to take the ride with. New intro, new bands coming next year, and all kinds of goodness. And always remember, have a safe and happy New Year. You want to make the world a better place? Commit a random act of kindness to a complete stranger. DJ Fish, peace. Happy New Year.
That's all, folks.